So since I cook every day, I figured I might as well like show you guys what I like to cook for my family. So today we are gonna make Mexican stir fry. And these are all the seasons I have. Onion powder, garlic powder, Tony's, sea salt, parsley, pepper, cumin. Did I say cumin? um, seasoned salt, vegetable seasoning, basil. Now, let me see. Can I flip this? Yeah, that'll make it easier. Okay, guys. Great. So these are all the seasonings that these are like basic seasonings that you probably already have in your kitchen. Make sure you have cilantro. Oh my goodness. And if you don't, this is under $1. So, and I might just throw this in here because like I want to get rid of it. But I prefer to use cumin. Now, at your supermarket, you should be able to get a can of corn, or you can use the head of corn and just like cut it off, or in some kidney beans. You can use any kind of beans you want, but these are my family's favorites. And they also like black beans, which I have cooking over here. I soaked it. Oh, it's hot. Whew. So I soaked it overnight. It's boiling. It's nice and tender, but I mean, it can't hurt to boil it some more. So this will be a dollar. So $1, $2. Say if you bought the taco season, that's going to be under $1. A bag of rice should be a small bag of rice. That should be about $2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's $5. Just basic. Now everything else is add-on. So you can use chicken. You can use leftover beef that you don't know. Any leftover meat you have, you can cut it up and throw it in the stir fry. That's the coolest thing about stir fry. You can just chop it up and put it in there. So, some days I want to take a break from eating meat. So, and I never tried this. This is called Impossible Sausage. I never had this, never tried it. And I said, okay, I'm gonna try it. And I have it soaking in this water because it was frozen and it's already soft. And it hasn't even been there in there that long, which I love the fact. I probably won't even need this whole thing, but my family greedy, especially my husband. And that's exactly why I got this big pot of beans cooking and this big pot for the rice. So I'm gonna show you guys how I clean my rice. So let me set my camera up. Boo. All right. Now what you want to do, the reason why we clean our rice is because this is manufactured. So you don't necessarily know exactly what they do to your rice. So you want to clean it first. And it's just a tradition. Everybody I know from like the Caribbeans and different cultures, they wash their rice. And it's mainly because like way several years ago, probably decades ago, they used to find rocks and dirt in their rice, so that's why they cooked it. Well, that's why they wash it. So I'm gonna just cook the whole thing because I mean, why not? Okay, guys. So I'm gonna take it over to the sink. Y'all have to excuse me. I'm at the new house, so my setup is different. All right. So make sure your hands is clean. My hands are clean. I already washed them. And you want to just stir your hand in there. And drain it off. Some people say that, oh, you shouldn't drain your rice because you're losing the nutrition. All the nutrition is in there. And I'm like thinking, no. I don't want no dusty rice, okay? I don't want the dusty rice. So, yeah. And you only have to do this like 1 or 2 times. It's not that serious. Like, everybody's fine. They're thriving in this house. So this is what I do. And sometimes I do it the 3rd time to see if it's clear enough. Now you see now? See how clear it is? That's good. That's what we want. And since I live in the state of Tennessee, I cannot use faucet water to boil my rice because here the water is like bad. All right, guys. So now this step, you can either put chicken broth. You can use chicken broth or any flavoring you want, any kind of, if you don't want to use plain water. Now, I'm going to use a bottle of water. Let me go grab that. Just put that. You want your rice water to be like an inch or 2 above the actual rice line, and you just put the top on it. So I like this. Let me show you guys. I like to make sure it's all the way high, and then when it start boiling, I turn it all the way low, all the way this to right here, and then I put the top on. But for the sake of the video, okay, so now it's on. I need to find the top. Okay, boom. All right, so while that's preparing, now we have to wait for the rice to boil. Now I have some onions. I'm gonna show you guys how to put mine. This is how I cut my onions. Come this way. Okay, so see, I cut them. This is like the easiest way to cut your onion if you wanted those little nice rectangle shapes. Squares if you want it even smaller. And it doesn't really have to be perfect because it's going to be fried, dyed, and laid to the side. Like, you want to use the whole half because you want to get that nice flavor all up in there. And I'm going to put some of these in the beans, and I'm going to put some of it in the rice. And I switched to red onion because red onion tastes so much better than white onion. And I never even noticed the difference. Like, even my husband, he hates onions. And he was like, yeah. He hasn't complained since I've been using red onions. And I normally call red onions purple onions because it's purple. The color is purple. But yes, this is what you want. See? And I'm just going to use half of the half. And I'm going to put it in my beans. So let me make sure you have a mitten so you don't get burnt. Ooh, so I'm going to pour this much now. This is mainly for the flavor. Make sure it's not too. Get a spoon. Okay, make sure you mix that up in there for the flavor to seep into those beans. Yum. Okay, now you want to get some seasonings so that aroma could start smelling up in the house and everybody's wondering when the food's going to be done. A little bit of basil and parsley, just a little bit. You don't have to put that much because you're going to put all of these same seasonings in the rice, so technically it doesn't even matter. All right, guys, so let's check on our rice. Is it boiling yet? No, but it's getting hot, so that's good. And I only use 1 bottle of water in there. All right. Okay, I'm back. So I'm gonna open this up. Oh, let me smell it. It smells good. Okay, so since technically the beans are nice and tender, I don't really need this. I'm gonna turn this. I'm gonna put this on a different burner, and I'm gonna get this started. So I'm gonna fry up my onions and my garlic in here. So if you have one of these type of skillets, or you can use like a regular frying pan. This was gifted to me for my housewarming party. Thank you to the ones that's watching. If you did give that to me, that was so sweet because they know I like to cook. Okay, now you see it's starting to boil like a lot. So now you want to turn it down. Boom. Matter of fact, this is going to go back. This could go back. And the skillet could come to right here. Okay, wait. Okay, so let's get the skillet ready. Like so. Now you want to use a little bit of oil, just a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, that's good. You're gonna take your skillet, make sure it gets around there. You're also gonna use some butter, cause the butter just does something with the flavor. It like helps bring out the flavor. So let me grab some butter. I'm gonna come back. All right, guys. So this is my butter. Just open the package. For butter, I use the plant-based butter because I don't know. It just tastes better to me. I don't. My taste buds have changed over the past pandemic for some reason. Like food just tastes different to me. And just do this. Now normally I will just fry the rice and I'll just put the rice to the side, but I'm gonna do it the opposite way. So I'm gonna fry everything else and then add the rice and fry the rice with everything else. So while that's heating up, I'm gonna grab the onion, the chopped onion and garlic. Okay, this is the type of chopped, well, it's not chopped, it's minced, but I use this and I use fresh onions. So since I'm technically out, I'm gonna grab the other one. Okay, here's the other one I have. I'll always make sure I have it on deck because I use it so much. Oh, they don't want nobody getting this thing. Not today. Okay, here we go. Okay, for some reason, well, I have somebody do my shopping, so I guess they grabbed the wrong one. I never get this one with virgin olive oil, so this is going to be interesting, but yeah, you just need a little bit because garlic cooks like really fast and it has a strong taste and you don't want to overpower it by putting too much garlic, so yeah, that's how much I'm using. Gonna take your onions, like so, and you wanna spread it out. Okay, I know you hear that sound, it's nice and sizzling. I'm gonna grab the spatula. So I'm gonna let it brown a little bit, but not too much, because nobody wants to taste burnt garlic and burnt onions in their food. But you see, it's once it starts turning that color, that's good. That means we're almost done. So I like to kind of make sure it's all over, like spread it all over, so that it can have that flavor all throughout the skillet. Now, boom. Now we can put our meat in there. You don't have to use meat. This is not meat. This is plants. Boom. You can use if you eat meat, you can use chicken, pork, bacon, whatever you want to use. Leftover. You baked the chicken the other day, and then your family didn't eat the rest. You can just do it like that. All right. So the reason why I cook this first, because if I cook the vegetables first, they're gonna cook too fast. So you want to add the vegetables last. Oh. And if you happen to be watching right now, make sure you hit that like button so that more people can see how to save money, because the food costs, the prices of food have gone up, especially in America. I don't know if you're watching from another country, but America food costs a lot, especially vegetables for some reason. All right, so this little piece right here is still a little frozen. Just rotate it a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys the next step. I'm gonna rinse my hands off. Okay, now you see this? This is dark kidney beans. You can use light, dark, it doesn't matter. But what you want to make sure you do is rinse it off, okay? Don't just pour the can in there because all the juice is going to come in there. So you want to rinse this off. Corn, with the corn, all you have to do is drain this. You don't have to do any rinse. So I know y'all don't want to stare at meat cook. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how my mom taught me how to drain corn. So you're going to take this. Just take the lid. And pour that juice out. Because you don't need it. It smells so good. Okay. You're just going to put that to the side. We don't need that right now. Let's go back to the meat. I feel weird calling it meat because it's not meat. I don't know what kind of name I would give it. Okay, so it's starting to turn brown, which is good. This is going to take a while because it's not actual meat. I don't even know what it's supposed to look like, to be honest, because this is my first time trying this. And this is spicy. So this is going to be interesting. Oh my God. This is going to be interesting. Oh, it's looking good. Oh, let me check on the rice. Because, oh, that looks good. Look at there. This is what you want. You don't want to cook it all the way because you're already going to fry it. And that's going to cook it even more. So this is good. It's not supposed to be cooked all the way. So I'm going to set this to the side. Bada bing, bada bam. Okay. There we go. Chop that up. Chop, chop. Okay, so this is the perfect moment to add your seasonings. Because you want that seasoning, you want your seasonings to really sink in there. Okay, I'm turning these beans off because they're done. Okay, so since I have this leftover taco seasoning, I'm just going to throw that in there. Normally, I do not use it. I make my seasoning from scratch, but I'm just going to use it. Oh, I don't want to use all of it, though. Okay, let's see. We gotta get our cilantro in there. Cilantro. I believe this is from Publix. I don't know that many stores that sell this. It's either from Publix or Walmart. Make sure you open that up. See, that's good. Parsley. These are like flavors you want to just, basic flavors you want to just keep in your house. Black pepper. Everybody should have black pepper in your house. Regular sea salt. Don't need that much, just a little bit. Okay, and I'm stir it in there. It's not as sizzling as much, so that means it's almost done. Now, if you have paprika, you can put that in there. Paprika has like a strong taste for me, so I don't always use it. Okay, so I'm gonna throw in some Tony's. You don't have to use this. I'm just putting a little bit. Lawry's seasoned salt. Garlic, just a little bit because we already added fresh garlic in there. Onion powder, like I said, we already had that too. And this, I think this is white onion. Okay, so I'm gonna mix that. I'm really ready to like taste test this. This is looking pretty good. And doesn't it look like real meat? Like it's looking pretty real. Okay. Now that's looking really good. All right. Now for the sake of, I don't have that much space, I'm gonna cut half of this. I'm only gonna use half, and I'm gonna put the rest to the side so I can have space to fry my rice. Okay. Okay, let's taste a piece. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Yeah, that has a lot of flavor. So once I add the vegetables and the rice, oh, it's gonna be perfect. Because that flavor just like popped in my mouth. Okay, so we got that out of the way. If you have olive oil, sorry, somebody called me. But yeah, you just want to use a little bit of olive oil. And you want to use some butter. I don't know what I did with the butter knife. Okay. And this is what I'm using. You can use any type of butter, no salt. I prefer to use no salt because I add salt. Do this like that. Okay, now we can add our corn. Only half the can, you don't need the whole thing. And I'm going to show you guys how I clean these. Just use a strainer. Okay, I'm going to do it the quick way. Just dump it all out. All right. Now we can toss half. We just need half of this. Okay, that's good. And this is like a quick meal if like you're in a rush or you can't think of anything to cook. It's like the perfect meal you want to do. Perfect if you got leftover food. You can come up with any creation you want actually. Any type of beans, any type of meat that your family likes or what you like if you're cooking for yourself or you want to impress your friends. Or you can like save this video next time. Watch my live next time. Save it. And cook with me. I'll put the ingredients in the description. So if you don't have it, you can go get it. Or use substitutions. Now see, look how nice that looks. Oh, so now all you need is the rice. I'm going to add some of my black beans because why not? And you don't need that much. So this is the perfect amount. I already know my family like asking for seconds. So I have to make sure it's a lot. And I might have to make this all over again because this frying pan is not big enough for these mouths that I have to feed. Okay, so I like to make sure it has like a lot of parsley. I don't know, I love parsley. And it just does something with the flavor. And I like my food to be colorful. That's how I know that I'm getting my nutrition from my vegetables. Okay, so I'm gonna pat that down, let it fry a little bit. Okay, while that's frying, I'm going to move these black beans out the way. I think I do it with a knife. I'm just adding these leftover pieces of garlic. Okay, so that's looking good. Now you see how much that made? Under $5. Or should I say under 10? Okay. Take like half of this off so I got room to fry the rice. I'm gonna slide the rest of this over. So what I'm gonna do is fry the rice on this side. And then mix it. I'm just gonna take a little bit of butter. Because that butter gives it that crisp taste. And I'm gonna add my rice. And I don't have to cook it that long because the rice is technically already cooked. I'm gonna add some Lorry's, a little bit of Lorry's, not that much because the meat had so much flavor. I don't need all that. Let it. Now the trick is to pat it down, let it fry a little bit, and then mix it. Oh Lord. And if you were a pro, you probably don't need to even have it on the setting that I have it. I have it on medium. Mix it, and then you pat it back. Okay, so now it's frying. And I like my rice to start turning color. And that's another reason why I do use paprika, because I like, it's just mainly for the color. That's it. It's for the color. Should I add some chili powder? I'll use my paprika. So this is paprika. You get it from your local grocery store. Sprinkle that in there for the color. I said I wasn't even going to use it, but just a little bit. Just a little bit. You want to mix that up. Like that. Make sure you get and really mix those flavors in there. Like I shouldn't see any flakes or whatever you sprinkled on there. Okay, now I'm gonna start slowly mixing the vegetables in there like that. If you have green onions, you can chop those up in there. You like that onion taste. And I'm gonna try this on camera. And I'm gonna give y'all a real reaction to what I just made. Now I have never used this meat before, like I told you, so I don't know how it's gonna taste. And yeah, it should be nice and mixed like that. But I shouldn't see any white rice clumps. See? And you can pat it if you want it to fry a little more. If you're not satisfied, you like that nice crisp rice taste. I'm gonna go find me a spoon so I can taste this. Okay, wait, can I flip it? Boom. Okay, I'm gonna try it. I don't even know why I'm acting like I'm nervous. Let me make sure I get corn and kidney beans. Look at that steam. It's hot. Oh, this is good. This is good, y'all. Now, even though I made this meal so many times, I never used like vegan meat, and I always made it with actual meat. This is good. I'm excited. Why? I don't know. But yeah, you can pair this with a salad, or you could put it in tacos or tortilla. Like, you could do so many. You could add cheese. If you want to fry it with cheese, you could do that. But yeah, that was good. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time when I make another video.